Well, hello, welcome to I Love Gay today. And we're kind of in the upstate New York area, I believe. And we are here with Travis Barr-Longo. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. And we are in Cazenovia, New York. Is that upstate?
Uh, Central New York, but as a New Yorker,
Yeah.
anything outside of the island of Manhattan is upstate. Anything out of the five boroughs.
Even even the boroughs, even being in Brooklyn and stuff,
That's
and people
right.
still feel like
Upstate.
that.
Yes.
I love it. And and since yes, I live there, and I love your tagline that I've seen on some of your social media. Former NYC drag queen turned community leader and small business owner. And so yeah,
Hmm.
you had a whole career going on in New York prior to living or moving back to Cazenovia, right?
That's right. Yeah, I started drag in 2007, 2008,
Okay.
and fell into it through improv comedy.
Yeah.
I did not. This was I think the year before Drag Race started,
Okay.
and so it I was not we did I did not set out to be a drag queen. It just sort of through improv comedy and playing different characters, the character of Anita
Yeah.
became a fan favorite, and yeah, that's how that happened.
And the rest is history.
That's it. Yep.
But now you live back in Cazenovia, and you
Yep.
moved back there. Well, what was interesting, even before with the other things going on, so I had assumed, oh yeah, you've just got this whole new life, back there, and but no, when I was especially on some of your social media, that your drag queen life is still alive and strong.
It it is. It was something that I did for over 10 years, based out of New York City, full time, would travel doing shows. And, but now, having moved out of the city, to be a caretaker for my mom, actually, she had polio as a kid and things had just gotten a little more difficult.
Yeah.
I now do it a handful of times out of the year for different charities. And I organize our town's Pride Festival. So I do it for that. And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I love all that. And but your business there, and because that's one
Hmm.
component of what you're doing, but you've started this kind of modern day general store, and I will H Gray Supply Company, and I will say, as I was reading all about it and everything, I was thinking to myself, you're like channeling Schitt's Creek through all this. And then of
Hmm.
course, as I read through, I was like, I'm not the first one who thought that.
No, everyone, and I don't know. So I get told a lot that I look like David from Schitt's Creek,
Yep.
and so I don't know if it's because I'm gay and own a store, or if it's because I look like him. I like to tell people when they say that to me, I say it's not because I'm gay; it's because of the town we're in.
Yeah.
It's like Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah, a small, tiny. Yeah,
But that's fantastic, and you've had that for a few years here. It was, I think you
yeah.
started.
We're in our fourth year now.
Okay.
Yep, 2021 we opened,
Yeah.
and we expanded in 2022 into the space next door. And we actually we call ourselves a boutique department store because we have multiple categories to shop from in one location. Small batch makers, independent brands from all around the U.S. A focus on sustainability and just things that make you feel good.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to popping in there. I don't live that far away, so
You don't. You need to come.
but
Be our guest.
my favorite part out of all this story is that, especially in today's day and age, with everything politically as crazy as it is, you decided to run for the local school board,
Mm-hmm. I did.
and you won.
Um, uh, yeah. So I grew up here,
Yeah.
and felt and probably was the only out gay kid at the time. This is the 90s.
Yeah.
And when it came up about this seat being available, one of my missions of the store, missions of Kaz Pride, is very community based, youth oriented, letting them know that no matter who they are, no matter where they come from or how they identify, that they're valued and they're seen. And I know what it's like, even as an adult now, especially in this community, to not necessarily feel that way.
Yeah.
So I thought, let me put my money where my mouth is, and I can't ask people to be an ally to me and step up and do good for me and the LGBTQ community if
Yeah.
I'm not doing that in return. And this is a one way that I thought I could do this.
Yeah. I think it's great. I mean, personally, I think it's one of those things that in the future, I think we're all going to look back during this time. We're living in the middle of history right now, so we're not really sure how things are all going to lay out. But when we're all asking ourselves, "What did you do?" At least you'll be able to answer that very clearly. Is that I see school boards on the news and the things that they go through, and I'm like, you
Oh,
jumped in right in the middle of it, and you decided to try to make a change.
I don't want this to sound like I'm blowing myself up, but I don't really know another way to be. I think as
Yeah.
LGBTQ people, we've always had to step up for ourselves in our community. And I know not everyone necessarily has the ability or personality or strength within themselves to do that.
Yeah.
But I have found that I'm a really good navigator of something my partner always says is that the community that we're in is very small, but my reach is large.
Yeah.
And so I have friends that are super conservative and I have friends that are super liberal. I believe I'm somebody that can bring everybody to the table
Yeah.
and have discussions with people. And I think that as long as we're not talking about taking rights away from people or erasing people's cultures,
Yeah.
then I can have a conversation with you, right? So if I can lend myself in that way to not only our LGBTQ community, but my community at large, why would I not do that?
I think it also shows, like on one hand, we're kind of seeing how divided people are, especially through all media. And
Mm-hmm.
the news is always telling us one story, but in the reality of being on the ground, especially in a rural conservative place like where you're at, it really shows that the feelings people have about, I mean, they elected you knowing full on that you've had an
Mm-hmm.
entire drag queen career, and that didn't seem to stop them from voting you in.
Well, I don't want to dismiss the hate
Yeah.
that came along with it. I went through a lot and still get it. Um, two flat tires 2 days in a row, super negative comments, someone filming my car in my back door of my business, seen doing that. We had to get new security systems in place. Oh, and there goes my light. Um, secure something a drag queen has to have is good lighting. so, um, so that was really difficult, especially seeing people in my community that know me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, that has been really hard for me to see people remain silent
Yeah.
when such terrible things are being said that are untrue. Um, and also, I had friends say to me, "Well, I love you, but I just don't think it's great for our kids." And I'm like, "Hold on, hold on. You bring them to me in the store on a weekly basis. Like, I've played with makeup with your kids. This is, it's one of those things where I just want to be like, what? I just want to shake them and be like, so I'm okay when I'm of service to you in that way. When, it's the trope of like, um, when gay men are playing the best friend, the kooky one, always on TV, like, we're okay when we're providing a service. But me as a human being, these people have a hard time or can't see me as anything other than sexual or a predator, right? And it's like, I am we are all sexual beings, number one. And number two, we're all freaking human beings. The last thing I am is a predator. So
Yeah.
that's been difficult. But the flip side of that, I've received a stack of cards from around the US and one from actually London
Right.
saying they heard that I'm the first drag queen in the US to be elected to a school board. And it gives them hope. And their well wishes that they have been sending me from people I don't even know. So that has been truly amazing, and it's really motivated me to even want to go do my best even more. I want to say go further, but I don't want that misinterpreted.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with where I am and excited to get to work. I get sworn in July 8th, so I'm excited to learn and
Yeah.
get to work and lend my voice, our voice, to a place that it hasn't been before.
I think we probably would both even agree. Everything all around this country, even around the world, it's an evolution. It's people are evolving at their own pace, and but a
Mm-hmm.
big, huge step is the education that folks like you provide, where you're just showing them who you are, and what you represent and what you do. And I think each one of those little tiny baby steps helps to change minds, change the world. And I think it's been happening for a while. And so that's why
Yes.
it's exciting. And it's wonderful to see what's happening with where you're at. But I think you're doing steps to even continue that evolution for some folks that just quite haven't got there yet.
Thank you. Yeah, what I've been offering to people that come in and talk to me or write me, and their focus is the negative energy that we've been seeing. I look at that as a good thing, because the community that we're in is one of those safe communities where people leave their doors unlocked and their kids walk through town safely, and everyone knows everybody. And they didn't necessarily know that this was a problem. Yeah. So we've really seen people step up to, number one, speak up for what's right and the truth, and educate, and provide thoughts to people that don't understand. I have a friend that is Christian, and I love her to death. And she made a video in my defense for all the hate that was coming out on social media. And I was so proud of her for how she did it. And through that has come conversation with somebody who is super closed-minded. And her and this person got together and sat down and had a conversation. And she kind of helped him evolve and understand that, like, you've been fed information about a group of people that is just untrue. Yeah. And if we're going to be Christian, because they both identify as Christian, we need to do what the Bible says and love people, and help them and support them. So it's been really amazing to see the community step up and address the problem, because before they may not have known that it was a problem. Yeah.
I love hearing all this. It's refreshing. And so
it is. Yeah.
And like I said,
I'm a cup is half full kind of guy. So
I can see that. I can see that. And I do look forward to we go on road trips. We went through Finger Lakes and different areas of New York from here. And I do look forward to steering my husband's road trip directions a little bit more towards Cazenovia next time. I would love just to meet you and see the town.
You'll love it.
You guys have a Pride Festival of all things. So, how could you not?
We had over 1,000 people last weekend.
Wow.
We got a proclamation from the Attorney General of New York, Letitia James, and Governor Kathy Hochul, that just proclaimed the good work that me and I had one partner in Pride. Her name is Lori. Hi, Lori. I love you so much. And this year we had Meg come on, and the three of us put together this festival that really blew people's minds. That we were able to have it at this historic site called Lorenzo, which got us to be able to partner with the New York State Parks, the historic sites. And it just, families and LGBTQ families and people coming up saying, this is the first Pride I've been to, or parents coming up saying, my 13-year-old, my 12-year-old either came out to me, or I feel like they might be, and I wanted to bring them to a place that I knew would be me showing my support for them, but also be safe for them, and just their gratitude and appreciation for what we have been able to put together in I would say an unconventional way for Pride, because, honey, 15 years in New York City, I know how to celebrate Pride, right? But we have specifically geared this towards families, and just to be a safe space for everyone. Because I do think, like you say, we have to take steps, right? So we can't have a Pride that focuses on this. I think the things we most see in a big city Pride, right? So we make it very family friendly, and it's just been so rewarding. And to get the proclamations from both the governor and the attorney general was, I'm just speechless. It's amazing. Yeah.
This is great. Well, thanks so much. I mean, I really mostly just really appreciate that you were able to take a few months of your time and share a bit of this story with our audience here.
Anytime. This has been great. I love the show. I love what you're doing. It's so important. And anytime, if you ever want Anita to come on, she's ready, honey.
I love this. Well, thanks again, and look forward to seeing you soon.
Me too. Thank you so much.